How to Train Your Dragon has always carried a special kind of magic, blending epic fantasy with intimate coming-of-age storytelling. And the movie version of this world continues to hold that same emotional pull for audiences of all ages. At its core, the story is set in a rugged Viking society where strength and tradition define survival, and dragons are feared as ruthless enemies. Into this world steps a young protagonist who doesn't fit the mold of a warrior and instead questions everything his people believe about honor, courage, and what it truly means to be strong. The movie builds its foundation on this clash between old beliefs and new understanding, setting up a narrative that feels both adventurous and deeply personal, making it more than just a tale about dragons, but about empathy, growth, and the courage to be different. The overall concept of the movie focuses on the relationship between humans and dragons, but rather than treating dragons as mindless beasts, the story presents them as complex, intelligent creatures with their own behaviors, fears, and bonds. This perspective shift is central to the movie's identity and is what gives the plot its emotional weight. The idea that understanding and compassion can change the course of generations is woven into every major moment, turning battles into moral choices and victories into emotional breakthroughs. The film doesn't rush this transformation. It allows the audience to sit with the characters as they unlearn prejudice and replace it with trust. When it comes to the cast, the movie brings together a group of characters who feel distinct and memorable, each representing a different side of Viking culture and personal struggle. The central character is a young, inventive Viking who relies on intelligence rather than brute force, making him an outsider in his own village. His father, a towering and respected leader, represents tradition, expectation, and the pressure of legacy. Their strained relationship adds emotional depth to the story, as the movie explores the difficulty of living up to parental expectations while trying to forge one's own identity. Supporting characters include fellow young warriors, each with exaggerated personalities that add humor, rivalry, and warmth to the narrative, creating a sense of community that feels alive and authentic. The dragons themselves act almost like a secondary cast, with unique designs and behaviors that make each species feel distinct. One particular dragon becomes central to the plot, forming an unlikely bond with the main character. This dragon is portrayed not as a weapon or monster, but as a curious, cautious creature capable of loyalty and affection. Their evolving friendship is the emotional heart of the movie, showing how trust can form even between supposed enemies, through silent moments, shared danger, and mutual dependence. The movie communicates more emotion through action and expression than dialogue alone ever could. Plot-wise, the movie follows a journey from fear to understanding, starting with a society locked in endless conflict. The protagonist's accidental encounter with a dragon sets off a chain of events that forces him to confront everything he's been taught. Instead of killing the dragon, he chooses to help it, beginning a secret friendship that challenges his worldview. As he learns more about dragons, he realizes that the ongoing war is rooted in misunderstanding rather than pure evil. This realization puts him at odds with his people, creating tension that escalates as the truth becomes harder to hide. As the story progresses, training sequences and dragon encounters are used not just for spectacle, but for character development. The protagonist's growing knowledge allows him to excel in ways no one expects, earning attention and suspicion at the same time. His success creates internal conflict, as he struggles with guilt over deceiving his village, while knowing that revealing the truth could put his dragon friend in danger. The movie balances lighthearted moments with serious emotional beats, ensuring that the narrative remains engaging, without losing its emotional core. The climax of the movie brings all these elements together in a high-stakes confrontation that tests every character's beliefs. Rather than presenting a simple good versus evil battle, the final act emphasizes unity, sacrifice, and the cost of change. Characters are forced to confront the consequences of their choices, and the protagonist must finally stand up for what he believes in, even if it means defying tradition and risking rejection. This resolution reinforces the movie's central message that true bravery lies in compassion and understanding, not blind aggression. Visually, the movie is known for its breathtaking flight sequences and richly detailed environments. Sweeping aerial shots of dragons soaring over oceans and mountains give the audience a sense of freedom and wonder, making flight feel exhilarating and emotional at the same time. The animation style blends realism with stylized fantasy, ensuring that the world feels immersive without losing its storybook charm. Every setting, from the rugged Viking village to the hidden dragon lairs, is designed to reflect the themes of conflict and harmony that drive the narrative. The emotional tone of the movie is carefully balanced, mixing humor, action, and heartfelt moments in a way that appeals to both younger viewers and adults. Jokes often arise naturally from character interactions rather than forced comedy, while emotional scenes are allowed to breathe without being overly dramatic. The relationship between parent and child, mentor and student, and human and dragon all receive thoughtful attention, making the story resonate on multiple levels. Regarding the movie's release, it arrived with significant anticipation. As fans of the original story and its animated roots were eager to see how this world would be brought to the screen. The release strategy focused on reaching a broad audience, positioning the movie as a family-friendly adventure with universal themes. Its timing was designed to capture both longtime fans and newcomers, emphasizing the timeless appeal of its message. Rather than relying solely on nostalgia, the trailer for the movie played a key role in setting expectations, highlighting the scale of the world, the emotional bond between characters, and the thrilling dragon flight sequences. Rather than revealing too much of the plot, the trailer focused on mood and tone, giving glimpses of action, humor, and heartfelt moments that hinted at the story's depth. The use of music and visuals worked together to convey a sense of wonder and emotional stakes, drawing viewers into the world without spoiling its surprises. One of the most talked about aspects of the movie is how faithfully it captures the spirit of its source material while still offering something fresh. It respects the core themes and character arcs that fans love, while expanding the world and deepening relationships in ways that feel natural. This balance between familiarity and innovation allows the movie to stand on its own, appealing to viewers who may not be familiar with the earlier stories. While still rewarding longtime fans, the movie also explores themes of disability, vulnerability, and acceptance in subtle but meaningful ways. Characters are shown adapting to loss and limitation, redefining strength not as physical perfection, but as resilience and empathy. These elements are woven into the story without drawing excessive attention to themselves, making the message feel organic rather than preachy. This approach adds emotional realism and makes the characters' journeys feel earned. Music plays an important role in shaping the emotional experience of the movie, enhancing both quiet character moments and large-scale action scenes. The score often blends sweeping orchestral themes with softer, more intimate melodies, reflecting the dual nature of the story as both an epic adventure and a personal journey. These musical cues help guide the audience's emotional response, making moments of triumph feel uplifting and moments of loss feel deeply personal. Overall, the How to Train Your Dragon movie stands as a powerful example of storytelling that values heart as much as spectacle. Its focus on understanding, growth, and the courage to challenge harmful traditions gives it lasting relevance beyond its fantasy setting. By combining memorable characters, a thoughtfully constructed plot, stunning visuals, and emotional depth, the movie delivers an experience that stays with viewers long after the final scene. It reminds audiences that change often begins with a single act of kindness, and that sometimes the bravest thing you can do is choose compassion in a world built on fear.